Workwear is some of the best and functional, aesthetically pleasing clothing that anyone can own. And in America, two of the biggest workwear companies are Dickies and Carhartt. Both of these brands have provided garments to skaters, carpenters, painters, and so much more over the years. In today's video, I'm going to be comparing some of the signature pieces from both Dickies and Carhartt to better help you make an educated decision when you're out there buying. For those who don't know me, my name is Drew What It Do, and if you get any value from this video, be sure to like the video and subscribe. Let's get into it. When developing this video, I wanted to compare the most popular items from each company, so let's start out with the first two. For Dickies, we have the 874, and for Carhartt, we have the double knee. The 874 originates in the late 60s and is made up of a 65-35 polycotton blend. The major advantages of the Dickies 874s over the double knees are its wearability, its versatility, meaning its ability to be dressed up or dressed down, and its breathability comparatively. The major downfalls of an 874 compared to something like a double knee are it's not made with the same durability, the materials are a little bit cheaper, and sometimes the construction of an 874 just doesn't match the construction of something like a double knee from Carhartt. Some of the other common complaints of the 874 are its inconsistency in sizing and fabric pilling. Now, when looking at the Carhartt double knees, I have the duck canvas variant here, and the three major pros that I can pinpoint for the double knees are superior construction to the 874, durability like I mentioned, and I have to put in pockets because there are just a lot of options to put different things in your pockets. The Carhartt double knee offers all the features necessary for a carpenter or a painter, so it has those excess pockets, while the 874 takes a much more simplified approach. One of the gripes that I have with the double knees are the weight. It might be weird, but I like for my clothes to at times be a natural accessory to my body and my body type, meaning if they're too heavy or if they're too noticeable, then I oftentimes don't reach for them. For me, it might just be that I'm not used to wearing a heavy fabric for pants, but I'm definitely not wearing these pants when it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 33 degrees Celsius. When it's that hot outside, I'd rather go with something like the 874. Another kind of con with the double knees is that they're 3 times the price of a Dickies 874, which means you could buy 3 pairs of Dickies, rotate them in your wardrobe, have them looking crisp all throughout the seasons, while you only get to really wear one pant if you buy the Carhartt double knees. Now, obviously, this doesn't take into account vintage, but just to make it simple, we're talking about brand new pairs here. In my humble opinion, the first round of this versus battle goes to the 874. I just wear the 874 so much more than the duck canvas double knees, and it's because of some of the things I mentioned. They're lighter, more breathable, they go with more, they can be dressed up and be dressed down. Or when I wear the double knees, sometimes I feel like I have to be doing something a little bit more rigorous, and it has to be kind of fall or spring or winter, because in the summertime it is way too hot to wear something like that. And the 874 is just so classic. Whether you're a skater, you're dressing them up as slacks like I mentioned, you're going to the office, or even going on a date, I think the 874 is just such an amazing option, where the double knees are more for arduous and long labor. Alright, let's get into round number 2. In this round, we're going to be comparing the Dickies Carpenter jeans versus the Carhartt Ripstop cargos. I can't wait for this one. This one was tough and dicey for me, so let's get into it. Let's talk about the Carpenter jeans from Dickies first. Now, with the Carpenter jeans, I think one of the overall pros is just the aesthetic of this jean versus the Ripstop cargos. For whatever reason, when I put this pant on and I go out, I get I get some attention, and people oftentimes ask me, what are those pants? And if I post them on Instagram or whatever, a lot of times people will DM me and say, oh, those are really cool, versus I don't really get that same attention with the Ripstop cargos. On the cargos, you have some signature workwear detailing like triple stitching, hammer loop pockets, and just extra pockets for a carpenter. I can't think of any too crazy of negatives for this pant. I think for some people it can oftentimes be too baggy, so finding your right size is imperative. Maybe something that's really small is that the fact that the pant isn't the most comfortable when you first get them. They have a rigid kind of jean feeling to them, but after wearing them a little bit, obviously they break in just like most pants do. Now let's look at the Ripstop cargos. These pants are relatively famed within the Carhartt world, and I feel like they're just a well done cargo pant. The Ripstop cargos are one of the most tactical and well made pants that I've ever owned. The material composition of this pant is literally meant to stop ripping. That's why it's called Ripstop. So that's a major pro. Also, this pant from an aesthetic point of view just hits. If you pair it with the right tops from a fashion aesthetic, it looks really nice. And then it also has that tactical yet functional detailing that allows the pant to really serve well for workers. The functionality of this pant is just elite. I mean, you have so many extra pockets, so much room to carry so much stuff. From a functionality standpoint, I don't think it gets much better than a cargo pant, and these really fit that bill. Oh man, this one's gonna be tough. I had a hard time deciding between which one I'd actually recommend to someone, the Ripstops or the Carpenter jeans, man. But I think these pants exist and are for different types of people, if that makes sense. They exist in my wardrobe simultaneously, but in all honesty, I think if you're going out to buy one or the other, I think you either fit the Carpenter jeans or you fit the Ripstop cargos. I don't think most people are going to have both of these style of pants in their wardrobe, or maybe they will. I have no idea. I think for this one, I have to give the slight edge to the Ripstop cargos over the Dickies Carpenter jeans. The Carpenter jeans are well made, but I think the Carhartt just does that much better of a job making their garments. But at the end of the day, I think for this one, it just comes down to preference. But come on, both of these pants are fantastic, man. Both of them are fantastic. The last two items I want to compare in this video are the famed jackets for both of these companies. And if you ask me, both of these companies did a fantastic job naming either one of these jackets. Unfortunately, I don't own either one of these jackets, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend as though I'm a buyer, which I potentially am in the market for these jackets, and I would kind of break down what I would look for when I'm going to buy either the Detroit jacket or the Eisenhower jacket. Just to make things clear, the Detroit jacket is Carhartt's jacket and the Eisenhower jacket is Dickies jacket. So the Carhartt Detroit jacket is made up of 100% ring spun cotton duck, and what I've noticed from a construction standpoint is that Carhartt just goes that extra mile. They really do a great job of making their products feel quality compared to Dickies, where sometimes it feels a little bit cheaper. In my opinion, the most aesthetically pleasing Detroit jackets from Carhartt are the Carhartt brown and the dark brown colorways that they offer on their website and that I've seen throughout the internet. Now, looking at the Eisenhower jacket, this jacket is constructed using a combination of poly and nylon fibers. And in my opinion, I think the Eisenhower is just a little bit more wearable than the Detroit jacket. Once again, when I see Carhartt on someone, and especially it's a young person, I think to myself, like, they don't really have that Carhartt cachet about them. If you don't like have a little bit bigger set, if you don't have a beard, or if you don't necessarily look the part, I think sometimes it can look off and just look like you're trying to bode for a trend, where for whatever reason the Eisenhower just looks a little bit more like it can be more casual. It doesn't have to be for a worker, and it just fits into more of my personal fashion motifs. Not to throw shade at anybody who likes Carhartt, it's just not the aesthetic from a jacket standpoint, from a jacketry standpoint, that I really go for when it comes to what's in my wardrobe. So the Eisenhower is the more wearable jacket in my opinion, and the two colors that stand out to me are the black and the kind of military or moss green colorway. Both of those are really, really nice. Drum roll, please. If it were me and I was spending the money right now today, if I was pressing the purchase button, I would go with the Eisenhower jacket over the Detroit jacket. Like I said, the reasons I mentioned before, for me, I like the Eisenhower a little bit more. It's more clean. It fits into my motif a little bit more, my design aesthetic. And it also just, to me, like if it's similar to like what the 874 is with the construction of it, it's a little bit lighter, a little bit more wearable, a little bit more layerable, especially because right now we're in summer. But let me know down in the comment section, which one would you choose? If you have a Detroit jacket and you love it, talk to me about it. If you have an Eisenhower jacket and you hate it, talk to me about it, or vice versa. This is the long-awaited Carhartt vs Dickies video. Hopefully you guys got some value from it. If you have any extra comments or questions, leave them down in the comment section, or you can send me a DM at DrewJoyner_. I respond to all of my DMs, guys, literally all of them, especially if they're questions. I always respond. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like, and if you want to be a part of the community, subscribe. I would love to have you be a part of the community. I'm trying to build something special here on YouTube where we just talk about fashion, talk about whatever, and just continue to enrich each other's lives with content, with conversations, with community, man. So subscribe. As always, I'm spreading peace, love, and positivity in 2021. So that means I'm spreading peace, love, and positivity to you. Wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Cameraman, how'd I do? I do okay? Did they like it? I don't know. Ugh, my thing just fell out my pocket. Hopefully they liked it. Yeah. See you guys next time.